Hello! Today I've decided to make a video about some of the things that really surprised me about London. I'm from the Czech Republic. I moved here almost 4 years ago and I'm studying here, but I've also worked here. And Czech Republic is really different to London in regards to mentality. I think London is a really unique place, and I thought maybe some of you might find it interesting to know more about London or my experience here, or if you ever want to move here, what to be prepared for.
Number 1.
So the first thing that I've kind of just mentioned is the mentality here. I don't know why, but Brits usually talk about themselves and they say they're cold and not really approachable, but I would disagree strongly. I feel compared to the Czech Republic, it's a really friendly environment here. For example, when you travel by the tube or by the bus, a lot of the times there's someone that will talk to you. It's like when you travel by the tube and a random person just says hi to you or how are you? Or I was at the gym one time and some random guy came towards me and he just told me, I just want to tell you you're great. That's it, nothing else. So I've talked about this on my Instagram, and the main thing about the Londoners' mentality is the freedom. No matter what you try to do, nobody will think you're lame. And this is so appreciated by me, because this is just not the way Czech Republic works or Czech people work, because there's so much jealousy and envy in the Czech Republic, and I think this is something to do with our history, because we are a post-communist country and it's notable, it's noticeable. So here everyone is trying to do something different, something special, something unique, and you can do anything you want. You can go outside dressed in your pajamas and it will be okay, because nobody really cares. Wait, not like that. Jeez, make up your mind.
Number 2.
The second thing that it's not really what surprised me about London, but it made me realize the difference between London and the Czech Republic, and that's racism. Ever since I moved here, I just noticed how racist Czech Republic is. This is just a no-brainer here. I haven't experienced it. I know it's not my place to say if I experienced it or not, because obviously I'm not a person of color, but in my community of friends or people I know, no one's ever said anything remotely racist. And it's sad to say, but in the Czech Republic it's a lot more normal to say stuff that shouldn't be said. Race and sexuality is something that's so diverse here in London, and I have so many friends that belong to so many groups that it's completely normal here, and it's so weird to come back home and see these remarks on some of my friends that I love. It's just heartbreaking, really, but it's something that I love about London.
Number 3.
The living situation here can be rather difficult if you don't have that much money. So for most of the time that I lived here, I lived in a share house. My God, is it bad to live in a share house. If you have roommates or housemates that aren't really considerate, it can be a nightmare. I've had my fair share of problems with the agencies that I've lived with. I don't really want to get into that because I myself don't understand what was going on, but they stopped paying our bills, they kicked us out in quarantine. Illegal shit. So there was this guy that lived right next to me, and the walls are paper thin, so you can hear anything in these kind of share houses. This guy would play reggae music at 4 AM when I would have to get up at 6 for a 14-hour shift or something crazy like that. I would try to be nice to him, and I told him, like, listen, I really need to get up in literally 3 hours and I haven't slept yet. Could you please turn off the music? Do you think he turned it off? No, he didn't. Even one of my other housemates, this lovely girl, she said this guy was inappropriate with her a couple of times, which is just, you know, how are you supposed to feel safe in your own house? And I even filed a complaint to my agency and they told me they can do nothing about it, so that's great. And I'm not even gonna talk about mice, ants, mold everywhere. I can make a video about that some other day, because I have a lot of videos of mice. Some of them are pretty funny. I also had some horrible housemates that wouldn't shut up. They would sing all day, literally, and it wasn't nice singing, it was literally screaming. And you can find all of them on my Instagram, by the way.
Number 4.
So the fourth point that I wanted to talk about are drugs. So substance abuse is so common because I grew up in a pretty privileged position. I never even encountered anyone that had something to do with drugs. But when I came here, it's like drinking alcohol here. Almost, not entirely, but almost. One time I was at a bar with a guy and I asked him, so tell me about this, like how many people do you think actually do drugs here? Like it's just fascinating to me how normalized it is in here. And he told me, look around this bar, and the bar was packed with people, it was full of people. And he told me everyone's had something at least once in their life. That's what he told me. I was just like, what?
Number 5.
So my last point that I want to talk about in this video is that authorities really do care about you in here. And this is also something that I'm completely not used to in the Czech Republic. So I've had a couple of incidents in London where police needed to be called because of some shit. They really made sure that I was safe. I really appreciated that because I know from experience, from my friends talking about some of their experiences, that this just does not happen in the Czech Republic. They just do not give a fuck about you. And here they really made sure that I was safe, and they tried to get me away from that situation as fast as they could. So that's great. Yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to mention today. I really hope you enjoyed it somewhat, at least. If you have some remarks about this, if you live in London, let's share those in the comments. I'd love to read those. Also, I want to say this wasn't targeted towards Czech Republic. I love Czech people and everything, but there are some things that aren't okay, and we're really behind in some of the things that I mentioned. But yeah, that's gonna be it from me today and from Monty. Feel free to check out my Instagram where we can chat about this a bit more. You can learn more about my life there, and also check out my Twitch where I'll be streaming. So yeah, also subscribe. Yeah. So that's it from me, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.